for almost 15 years. I was 10 when we met. I was living in a small country town where I didn't feel like I was quite fitting in at school. Then I joined the Southeast Show Band in Mount Gambier, which Brian played in, and we became friends. I felt like I'd found someone that I could relate to. We had a shared love of music, and later board games, Marvel and Doctor Who. And our families became friends, so Brian has become like a brother to me. And because of that, I have a somewhat unique perspective of Brian to share with you tonight. We all know Brian's a great guy, but is he really? What if behind those rosy cheeks lies something more sinister, more villainous? Let me draw in some comparisons to show you what I mean. Like the Master from Doctor Who, Brian has the sound of drums in his head. It's always there, running constantly, driving him mad, and sometimes it explodes out as he uses cutlery to drum on the table at fancy restaurants. But what do the drums mean? Is it some kind of subliminal messaging to make us bend to his will? Like Thanos from the Avengers, Brian likes things to be perfectly balanced. Ratios of juice to other non-alcoholic mixes. Ratios of comfort to aerodynamics. Brian, as a kid, had the genius to invent a stroke which has been dubbed the tractor stroke, in which he would lie on his back with his feet pointed forward, and that's the aerodynamic part. You're going forward, pointed like that. Head's out of the water, so that's the comfort part, and your hands kind of just like this. But anyway, these things are all kept in perfect balance, as all things should be. But where does that lead? To wiping out half the population of the universe, perhaps? Like Scar from The Lion King, Brian likes to be prepared for everything. If you need a bottle open tonight or a wobbly table fix, chances are Brian's your guy. One time, Brian flew up to Sydney and we had a gig, but the keyboard player left the power cord for the keyboard at home. Not to worry, Brian remembered to pack, of all things, a universal power adapter. Turned out it wasn't quite universal enough, but that's another story. Another time at school, some fellow students pulled a prank by putting a padlock on someone's jacket. And so Brian, being his helpful self, walked over to his car boot and pulled out these big bolt cutters and just cut through the lock. So you have to ask, what are you really prepared for, Brian? What else do you have tucked away in your boot?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Sauron before him, Brian made the trek up to Mount Doom to forge the One Ring. One ring to bring Kristen here and bind them. And he's no stranger to the dark side either, requiring complete darkness to get to sleep. I can remember times where we've shared a room and I've watched as Brian rummaged around, sealing up every crack, making sure no light could get under the door. So that settles it. Brian truly is a villain. But it begs the question, who then is the hero? Perhaps it's Kristen. She's wonderful, kind, patient, thoughtful. Perhaps by marrying Brian, she'll bring about his redemption arc. Helping him on his path to good. But while I do know Kristen will be an encouragement to Brian, I suspect the hero they would both want to point to is Jesus, who has done the work of redeeming us. And I guess ultimately this is what Brian's motivated by. Not by a desire for infinite power or world domination, but by Christ. And because of that, Brian played a huge part in pushing me to take hold of my faith when I moved out of home. And I'll always be thankful for that, and for the friendship you've given me, Brian. And I look forward to continuing that with you, and also with you, Kristen. And I wish you both the best, and I hope and will be praying that you continue to build each other up. And it's at this point that I'd like you to raise your glasses with me. And toast to Brian and Kristen.
Brian and Kristen.